Hello and welcome to today's video. I'm Chelsey, the Baby Maven. I'm a new parent coach and I work with families during the fourth trimester, which is like that 0 to 12 weeks after birth. Together, we build up your new parent confidence, help you gain control when things feel overwhelming and chaotic, and make sure you really get to know your baby so all of those cues, cries, and innate schedule make sense. Basically, together, we'll make sure that you can ease into this new phase of life, rocket parenting, and avoid those typical newbie parent obstacles. Sounds pretty great, right? Yeah, we should totally work together. Today, I'm going to be giving you the lowdown on why you're already a perfect parent. The first reason is that you're taking the time to watch this video today. You're making yourself a priority. I know this because you set aside some time just to watch this video today. This shows a commitment to putting yourself, your interests, and your needs at the top of your list. You made time to do something for yourself, and I applaud you for that. Making you a priority, even if it's just for snippets of time each day, is one of the best things you can do for your baby and your family. That might sound a bit contradictory, but just hear me out. To be the best parent possible, actually, let's make that the best person possible. It's incredibly important to make sure that your needs are met and that you're taking care of yourself. This will allow you to have more energy and patience, a clearer mind, and a happier home. Making yourself a priority is also one of the best ways to raise a child that cares for herself, knows her self-worth, and feels confident and valuable. Children are wildly perceptive little beings, and they mimic our actions. So I'm proud of you for taking the time to watch this video and putting it out there to the world that your interests, your needs, and wants should always be a priority. The second reason that you are a perfect parent is that you can admit that things aren't going perfectly, and you're ready and willing to change that. Parenting is a brand new phase of life, and there's nothing that can totally prepare you for it. No books, no people, no babysitting job. It's kind of just one of those things that you get thrown into head first, and you have to start swimming so you don't sink. Like literally, you have a baby, and a few days later, the hospital sends you home to start raising this tiny human. No instruction manual, no required classes. But they just trust that you'll know what to do, or you'll find a way to figure it out. But this is a brand new experience that's filled with a lot of love, emotion, and worries. Because of this, so many of the new parents that I work with are struggling with scheduling or getting their baby to sleep, or are worried that they're not a good parent. But from the outside, you'd never know it, because there's a pressure to be the super mom who does it all and never complains. It's tough to be vulnerable and admit that you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed out or exhausted. It's not always easy to admit that things aren't going perfectly, but that is one of the key components of why you're already a perfect parent, because you're human, you're doing your best, and that's a beautiful thing. The next reason that you're a perfect parent is that you have the smarts. By this, I mean that you're an intelligent, logical being, and you already know what's best for you and your baby. I know it might not always feel that way, but deep down, you really do have all of the knowledge already. Always trust your instincts and go with what feels right for you and your baby, even if that's not exactly how the parenting book or your sister suggested. Each family is unique, and each baby is an individual. You know your baby better than anyone else, so trust in yourself and do what you know is best. Now, I know that I just focused a lot on how you already have the smarts and the knowledge and that you're already the perfect parent. And all of this is incredibly true and really, really important for you to remember. But it could probably also feel like a lot of pressure, right? It probably sounded like I told you that you should already know how to do it all, that your inner wisdom should be your guidebook and that's all you need as a parent. But I also want to let you know that part of having those smarts is knowing when to ask for support, look for help, and lean on those around you. Part of being that intelligent, logical parent is knowing when to say, yeah, this could be easier, or this isn't really going the way that I planned, and then figuring out a plan to change that. The fourth reason that you're already a perfect parent is that you have the power. You can choose to make a change, ask for help, and create the life and parenthood that you want. With all of the different advice and the parenting how-tos swirling around, it can feel like there's a lot of pressure to act a certain way. Let me tell you right now, there's no one right way to parent, and there's no such thing as a typical parenting experience. You have the power and the right to make it your own. Use this knowledge to your advantage, and instead of comparing yourself to how others, especially those in the media, are doing things, just trust that you are exactly where you need to be, and you can make this experience whatever you desire. You have that power. If something isn't working for you, or if it just doesn't feel right, change it up. Just because it worked for your friend's baby doesn't mean that it's a good fit for your family. And that's okay. You have the power to decide what works for you and what doesn't. You have the power to change things up. You have the power to create the parenting experience that you desire. This is all about you and your baby. Trust your inner wisdom, stand in your power, and take inspired action. You're not stuck on this hamster wheel, just getting through it one day at a time, doing everything trial and error style, unless you want to be. Things can change today. That's how much power you have. You can make huge changes. You can ask for what you need. You can have all the parenting experience that you dreamed of. All you have to do is use your power. The final reason that you are a perfect parent is that you've already got everything that you need. You have your priorities straight. You're at the top of the list. You can admit that things aren't all honky-dory. You have the wisdom to know what you want and what you need, and the power to reach out for support and make a change. You've got all of these tools at your disposal. You've got everything that you need already to rock at the parenting game. So, to give you a little visual to go along with this, I would like to think of parenting as a swimming pool or like the ocean. You get thrown in head first. Some days it's super calm and easy and you're a strong swimmer and the sun's shining and it's all rainbows and butterflies. While other days you're constantly fighting the current and you're struggling to stay afloat. Maybe it's even raining or thundering or there's a shark. In this little scenario, it's really important for you to not drown, right? That would be game over. So of course, you make yourself a priority. You're not going to be any good at helping others stay afloat if you're not above water yourself. So you admit that you're struggling, right? You don't just hang out quietly, slowly sinking, pretending that you're okay. That would just be silly. You know what's going on. You're sinking. And deep down, you know what you need or what would make things better. A lifeguard, some swimmies, a boat, a life jacket, or just like one of those pool noodles. Whatever it is, you yell out and you make it known. You ask for help and support. You don't want to drown. You don't even want to struggle to swim. You use your smarts. You use your power. You take inspired action and you force things to change. Now, apply this to parenting. You have a baby and you get thrown right into this brand new phase of life. Some days it's easy peasy and wonderful. Other days you get peed on, the baby doesn't sleep, and you find spit up in your hair. I know that some people would just get stuck in a rut and assume that this is just how things are going to be. But you, yes you, are not one of those people. You don't just sit back and let things play out like this. You make yourself a priority and you make sure that your needs are met. You admit that things aren't going exactly like you wanted or hoped. You use your smarts to figure out what you need to really thrive and enjoy parenthood. Maybe that's changing up the routine that isn't working for you, or maybe that's deciding to ask for help, or just ignoring the advice that your neighbor keeps giving you on how to parent. Then you stand in your power and you make it known. You tell the world what you want and what you need. And in doing so, you take action and make things change. You create the parenting experience that you want. It's pretty cool, right? Now, with that whole swimming metaphor, I should also mention that there's another route that you could have taken. If you're a planner, like me, you could have hired a pro swim instructor before you even went swimming and had him right there with you in the ocean, telling you the easiest, fastest way to get through this sticky situation. You could have relied on somebody else's expertise to make sure that you didn't drown. As a prego gal or new mama, you have that option too. You can bring on a baby expert like me to be by your side throughout this time. I can give you the support, the guidance, the tips and tricks to help you to be more confident, gain control in the chaos of new parenthood, and really bond with your baby. I can be your swim instructor in the sea of new parenthood. It's good, right? And it would be my absolute honor to do so. If you'd like to connect with me, I would love for you to join Newbie Love, my Facebook community. I'm always sharing tips and tricks in there, and it's an awesome, supportive community. You can also check out my website, thebabymaven.com, to schedule a free 20-minute consultation with me and learn more about working one-on-one with me. To make this super easy, I've included the links to Newbie Love as well as my website in the email you received with this video. I hope that you enjoyed today's video and that you really, really do know now that you're already a perfect parent. Until next time, I'm Hannah, the Baby Maven, and I'm sending you lots of love and happy parenting wishes.